Amigos, 13 de mayo, juega Independiente contra Tigre por la Liga Profesional de Fútbol. Realidades totalmente distintas. Independiente trata de levantar cabeza. Tigre peleando de mitad de tabla para arriba. Y OneXBet es la casa de apuestas que mejores márgenes de ganancia da. Muy fácil de retirar, muy fácil de depositar. Y con mi código Momo23X se pueden llevar hasta $130 en su primer depósito. Les dejo el link fijado en los comentarios. Vamos con uno de Segunda Guerra de detección metálica. Esto me encanta.
A German trench. Excavations in the Leningradsky district are always very interesting. Only the laziest people do not have a metal detector here. The possibilities are endless. There are artifacts that will be preserved for decades to come. And now the story from a digger himself. In September, we went to the places known by any digger. What can I say? Those who are greedier than us have been here and have even taken away the rusty iron. We had to dig deep into a ditch that was overgrown with vegetation. This trench has been used by German soldiers for a long time. There was a 5 cm layer of shells at the bottom. There was a lot of German ammunition and personal belongings. We were happy with the condition of the leather items, and at the very end of the day we dug out a hard German
me quedé pensando, ¿cómo está esa arma?
Helmet in winter paint. Great exhibit for any museum.
Esta arma es una PPSH, ¿no? Una PPSH. Ahora, ¿qué hace en una trinchera alemana?
We were especially pleased to find the PPSH-41. We thought that Germans themselves had abandoned the 1942 trophy. The condition of the
ahí está. Fue un trofeo de guerra y ellos mismos la grabaron.
Weapon was incredible. It was resting in clay and even the bluing was preserved. It would make a great museum piece once restored. An aircraft. This winter, Russian searchers found a plane that was destroyed in the Battle of Kursk. A local resident who found parts of plane in his garden led the searchers to the site. Extracting the parts of the plane was complicated by severe frost, which froze the ground to a depth of more than a meter. But even from some of the fragments, the searchers were able to determine that the plane was a Soviet Il-2. It was the most mass-produced aircraft of the war. More than 36,000 were produced. The Il-2 was originally designed to operate over the battlefield in direct support of ground troops. It has an armored pod that protects the pilot from bullets and shrapnel. Despite its good survivability, the Il-2 was often shot down, difficult to maneuver. Work to recover the plane will continue this spring. The searchers hope to find out the names of the pilots and what happened to them. An illegal workshop. Polish police seized more than 40 firearms, including assault rifles and shotguns, several hundred rounds of ammunition, weapon parts and items used for poaching. The police uncovered a channel used to transfer weapons, which led from the Svatokrasinsky province to Silesia. An illegal weapons workshop was discovered there.
Esto era todo un traficante de armas en Polonia. Tenía un montón de armas.
21 firearms and explosives were found. Some of the weapons had been excavated from the world. The landing operation. After clearing the cockpit from the sand, the remains of the pilot and the Order of the Red Banner were found. It was noteworthy that no parachute was found in the cockpit. The pilot didn't take it on his last flight, as the attack aircraft worked
at
a low altitude on this section of the front. The remains of the shooter couldn't be found, since the back of the plane broke off when the plane hit the water. According to the number of the aircraft, it was possible to establish the names of the pilot and the radio operator shooter.
Uno así en el comedor.
To date, the aircraft is on display in the Patriot
Me pongo uno, ¿no? De esto para el living de casa.
The search for world-leading military artifacts is always a dangerous occupation. One accidental careless blow or shower on an old projectile can lead to a tragedy. Shells that have already passed through the barrel channel and haven't exploded after falling to the ground are especially dangerous. Such ammunition can work at any time, even
gracias, Luchini, gracias por el sub.
You can save your life by simply not touching.
No, amigo, Car 98 es con K y es un rifle, no es carabina.
But what to do if you accidentally walked into a German minefield in the forest? A few years ago, 2 guys went to the forest with metal detectors to look for military artifacts.
Amigo, estaban revisando, tratando de detectar cosas para excavar y encontraron un campo de minas.
And didn't notice how they found themselves in a minefield. In the forest, there were German anti-personnel mines of the Shrapnel Mine 35, which pose a great danger. There are a lot of metal balls inside each of them.
Estos tipos están locos. Las sacaron ellos, boludo, de las minas. ¿Vos entendés que podrían haber volado a la concha de la lora?
Fuses touched, such a mine jumps up to 1 meter and explodes, destroying all living things for tens of meters. The guys were lucky. They were not injured and were able to return home, not forgetting to take a lot of photos for memory. A find at a construction site. Digging a trench for a gas pipeline, an excavator operator from the city of place where the cockpit was located, the remains of the pilot and many unique documents were found.
Los huesos del piloto,
Among the documents, there was a pass to the Samara aviation plant with a well-preserved photo. It was possible to establish the name of the pilot. It turned out that he had to move the new IL-2 from the factory to the front, but for some reason the plane crashed outside the city. Now, the mystery of the disappearance of this pilot with the new aircraft has been solved. The remains of the pilot were buried with military honors. SS helmets. An incredible find was found by a search group in the river. They managed to find a whole dozen of German SS helmets in excellent condition. As one of the searchers said, this is a very rare find. To find one helmet...
Amigos, ¿saben cuánto sale un casco de estos? No, creo que no tienen ni idea de lo que sale un casco de estos. 5K verde. En este estado, 5K verde. Este lo pueden, 3 lo puedes conseguir. 5K verde.
In such a state is already good luck, and here are a whole dozen. Who and why threw the helmets into the water will remain a mystery, but these were not all the finds. Having examined this place in detail, it was possible to find a Soviet Degtярев DT-27 machine gun. The condition of the weapon was also incredible. There was practically no rust on the metal, there were even traces of grease. The wooden stock was also perfectly preserved. All automatic weapons are banned to the...
pasa que yo no tengo cosas alemanes, amigo. Che, me encanta, boludo, lo que encontraron estos, ¿eh? Estos tipos, ¿cuánto deben haber encontrado, boludo? ¿Cuántos deben haber encontrado estos tipos?
Ella me llama y me llama y no sé qué hacer, llama y me llama y si volveré, porque tú eres mi pasión.